So, welcome back to our conversation. Today, I would like to talk about an Indian spiritual philosopher named Krishnamurti. And he made an observation that has become increasingly popular in recent days. And I've heard this from many different people. And it goes like this: it is no measure of health to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society. Let that sink in a little bit. It's no measure of health to be well adjusted to this world that we're living in. Now, I would soften that language a little bit. I wouldn't describe our society as profoundly sick, but I would say that it is profoundly dysfunctional. We don't have any kind of unified narrative to tell us who we are or where we're going, and we're in deep denial about the nature of our predicament. We're in deep denial about the state of the biosphere and the state of our democracy. So yes, we are dysfunctional. It is no measure of health to be well adjusted to that world. Now, that comes across as a significant challenge to most of us, doesn't it? Because we are conditioned almost from birth to believe that our own personal health and happiness and wellness should be the leading edge of our efforts. That's the thing that's most important, is our welfare as individuals. And we live in a very narcissistic society where we prioritize our own personal happiness. And so here comes Krishnamurti saying, well, no, that's no measure of health at all. Because you have to look at context. You have to look at the setting and the predicament. And this reminds us of the systems biologist Gregory Bateson. And he said, without context, words and actions simply have no meaning. We have to take our predicament into account. And that's what we're failing to do. So here we are, to use a metaphor, we're out in the ocean in a lifeboat, and there's a hole in the lifeboat, and the water's coming in, and we are in imminent danger. But what are we doing? Well, our health and fitness and wellness industries are having us pumping weights and doing various practices and everything else to maximize our own personal welfare while the water is coming into the boat. And that disconnect is becoming more and more profound every passing day. We're becoming irrelevant to the extent that we maximize our own personal welfare in light of what's going on around us. We're becoming irrelevant. And it's not just health, it's also education and our conventional ideas about success. So to paraphrase Krishnamurti, it is no measure of education to be highly credentialed in a society that has no sense of direction. It is no measure of success to be wealthy in a society that's destroying its own life support system. So context matters, and relevance matters. But what are we to do with this? Are we supposed to be unhappy? Are we supposed to be feeling emotions of despair and depression and anxiety? And maybe that's the message here. Maybe that is what we should be feeling. Because if you're in a lifeboat and there's a hole in it, those are precisely the kind of emotions that you're going to feel. So I think what we need to do is reframe all of this. We need to reframe our experience to make it more relevant. So yes, we are feeling despair, anxiety, stress. The trick here is to take those emotions, those experiences, and turn them into something functional, to taking relevant, functional action in the world. That should be the leading edge of what we do. Our personal happiness and our personal welfare are secondary to that, and they may come along that path. Yes, if you focus on the hole in the lifeboat, if you focus on taking functional, relevant action, you may also enhance your own personal welfare and happiness. So let's reframe this and think about context. See you next time.